Welcome to the third part of this pickups video, guys, as I've decided to mesh these all together. This is over the course of like 3 weeks to a month. Probably closer to a month and a half even, maybe. But, yeah, garage sale season has once again started. And, I got some stuff. Actually, not a lot of video games, so unfortunately, if you're watching this for the video games, there's a few things in here, that's for sure, but you're probably going to be disappointed a bit. It's mostly books and toys, actually. But there's definitely some stuff for everyone to see what I got. So, I guess I'll just start with the first garage sale that I stopped at, which, like I said, it's funny because I think this garage sale had been in town before, same town I live at my whole life, and I didn't realize, but I guess the dude who was running it, his daughter was like super nerdy, and she grew up in the late 80s and early 90s, and so she had all this stuff, and some newer stuff too, actually. And I guess, and she's not as old as I thought, but for some reason there's like 80s toys in there. But yeah, she had a ton of this stuff, and so I picked up a bunch. Probably wondering what that is. The first thing I found was this Espeon plush. It was only $1, and it's freaking massive. So, I mean, it's not a gigantic thing or anything, but it's the biggest like Espeon plush I think I've ever seen. And I usually don't try to collect Pokemon plushes if they're not Gen 1, but I think that this was an exception. They had a bunch of other ones. In fact, they just had a box with like Pokemon plushes, and it said each one's $1. They had like a little Meowth one, and that I think I actually already have somewhere in here. And then some other Gen 5 stuff that I didn't really recognize. So, like there's that Poison Frog one, and then they had the final form of the Flame Pig. The Tepig final form, I don't even know. I don't really play Pokemon that much anymore, guys. But the Espeon I thought was pretty cool. And then right next to that box, they had a box of comics. And it wasn't just, and there was like 2 other things other than the comics, and I pretty much picked them up. But other than that, the box was like 90% comics, and it was stacked high. I could say there's like 2 stacks in there. I'd say they're about like 100 comics each tall. I looked through everything. It was mostly like superhero stuff that I don't really collect at all. But I do collect Sonic the Hedgehog comics, as you saw in that one pickups video about a year ago. And this is just a free comic book day comic, but I thought it added to the collection a little bit. So they had a lot of free comic book day stuff in there too, so they probably went around getting all that, or at least she did. Another thing is the Pokemon official magazine. This is a newer one. It's got advertisement for the Mystery Dungeon DS game on the back. So this is like the DS Gen 4 days. It's pretty cool. It's got like card list and different stuff like that. So it's not the greatest thing in the world, but just something to add to the Pokemon book collection. Speaking of Pokemon books, this is definitely the best find. All these were 50 cents, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yeah, all the comics were 50 cents in the thing. Including this, which is not a comic. It is the Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green Prima Strategy Guide. And I really could have used this during my Nuzlocke playthrough. Which, by the way, if you're wondering where that is, I don't know where it is either. The computer that I recorded it on is still laying in dormant. I lost the monitor that went with it, and I'm too cheap to buy a new one. So, and yet here I am buying all this crap. I don't know. Anyway, there's a strategy guide for that. It's not too thick or anything, but it's actually pretty packed full of stuff in there. So, it's got a Pokedex basically, and then all the maps, and tells you where to go. It's pretty sweet. I think I have like almost a guide for every generation of Pokemon now, except for the first 2, which I really like, but yeah. I gotta start moving this. There's just a huge pile of stuff here, so I gotta get moving on talking too. Same garage sale. Again, just boxes and boxes of stuff. They had boxes of toys, and the toys were 25 cents each. And I dug through that entire freaking box. It took me about freaking 5 minutes to do. But I sat there. I guess we'll start with the least interesting things out of the way. We have 2 of these McDonald's changeables, I think they're called. I actually have a little collection of these going on, but I didn't have these 2, and they're the only 2 in the box. Hotcakes and Quarter Pounder with cheese. Basically, what these are is they just transform into like robots. Let's see if I can get this one. Hurry up. Hurry up, you fool. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I just think they're cool. Like I said, I have a good chunk of these. I probably have about like 7 of them, so that's 2 I didn't have. Some Power Ranger stuff. This was I know a Happy Meal toy when the Power Rangers movie came out. This is like a communicator And then you open it up, it has a picture of Alpha, Zordon, and then the lightning bolt from the logo. Nothing too special, but just something that I didn't have with Power Rangers. Same with this. I know what this is. I've seen them on eBay all the time. They're really common, but again, this is a quarter. They're like a spinny top sort of thing. Press the button, it flips open. And it came with the Black Ranger one. It's really cool, nice and shiny, and got nice metal chrome going on. And I am addicted to like metal chrome on stuff, which is probably why I liked a lot of the old Megazords and stuff. But yeah, you open it up, you get this nice little picture with the logo, and then the classic picture of the Rangers up there. Close it up. Nice chrome, gold. That's plastic, but the actual tops are metal. I don't know. Thought it was just really cool. And finally, we have these little PVC figurines. You got the Red Ranger with his power sword. These are about 3 inches tall, maybe 3.5. Black Ranger with his power axe, and then an Alpha figure. This is actually my first Alpha figure, so I might just put this on the shelf actually. But I do have a couple of these little, with like the bases and stuff, these little figures. I would have to look to find out where they are. I don't think, I probably had Red Ranger, but if I did, I think I have both of these guys, but I think he's missing his sword, and this one I just picked up because it was a quarter, and if I didn't have him, whatever. If I did, whatever. Definitely did not have Alpha, though. And then finally, in my personal opinion, the coolest toys there that they had. No accessories for any of these guys, unfortunately, but loose for a quarter, you can't really complain. And that is, let me just grab them all here, some real Ghostbusters figures. I don't have any of these. I didn't really watch the cartoon growing up, but it's something I kind of want to get into as it looks pretty cool. Looks a lot like Japanese animation, actually. And we got a couple different figures here, and what I mean is they had like different lines of figures for this series. Based on the cartoon, obviously, the real Ghostbusters. I'm sorry, I'm really tired recording this. But for example, this one is Egon, and he has like the scare feature. So if you push his arm in, his tie lifts up, and he extends his neck, and his mouth opens. I think that's pretty funny, actually. I think it's pretty cool. And then the same one, I forget this guy's name. All I know is he was voiced by Garfield in the cartoon, so I'll just go with that. Same thing, his hair pops off, his mouth opens, and his eyes bulge out. I think that's fucking hilarious. And here we have a Ray one. Again, that same line. His eyes get wide, his ears pop out, and his hair lifts off. So, and then this again, the same guy. Fuck. I'll put it in the video later, maybe. But I don't know. He was part of a different line. You wind his arms back, and I guess the other way. And then they go all over the place. So he's the same figure as this guy, just different colors and stuff. So I'll probably get rid of one of them. I'm leaning towards getting rid of this guy. And then these last two are from just the basic figure set. I'm fairly certain they don't have any action features or anything. They're just standard. I know they came with proton packs. They don't, those holes, that's where they're missing them. But again, just to get them in general is pretty cool. We got a Ray, again another Ray, and then the only Winston they had there. Just to compare, I think these ones they gave them like the movie colors, and these ones they gave them the show colors, so a little bit different. And I think actually Winston actually had his show colors in the fucking cartoon anyway. So the set I'm probably gonna keep is the 3 action feature ones, and then just the regular Winston. So there you go. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these guys. Probably donate them or something, but for now I'll keep them in my non-anime figure box. I'm sorry, that's just fun to do. Anyway, I just talked about real Ghostbusters action figures for like fucking 3 minutes. Same garage sale still. Yeah, this is probably the best like haul of the day for sure. They had a free box, and if there's free stuff, you take it, because you can always get rid of it, or just, you know, whatever. This actually has a sticker on, taking it off right now. Not that this isn't an expensive item or anything, just a WoW sticker on there. I don't know why. But yeah, just one of these old PlayStation Secrets Revealed, 101 PlayStation Secrets Revealed. Like, you saw these all the time at like book fairs and stuff. They try to get you to sell these, when even back then you could find all of these on the internet. There's like codes and Easter eggs and stuff like that. Still just a novelty, I guess. I have like a fuck ton of those, so I don't know. And again, in the free box, a bunch of like old PlayStation demo discs from various sources, like jam packs, PlayStation magazine demo discs. Just I'll go through them all, but just and they had a bunch of CDs in there too, but I just obviously took the demo discs. But yeah, just a bunch of random stuff. Demo disc 2.1 has playable demos of like Armored Core 2, Dynasty Warriors 2. I'm not gonna go through all of them, just for the sake of time. But a demo disc of Kinetica, PlayStation 2 game. Continuing off for that first one, demo disc 2.2. So that was 2.1. This is 2.2. Do not know where these came from, but I'll probably look it up later. Actual game discs to Grand Theft Auto. I don't know why that was in there, but I already have it, but I'll just put it with the other one. I don't know. A lot of these are pretty scratched, so I don't know if I'll be able to salvage them or not. I don't know if it says the issue number on these ones. Because I actually do have a couple of these, but this is the PlayStation Magazine December 2000 demo disc. In the back, you have a demo for Parappa the Rapper 2 and Hot Shots Golf 3. PlayStation Magazine November 2000 and August 2001 demo discs. PlayStation Magazine December 1999, and see, that's where they did have the numbers, because I do have a couple of these, like I said. And February 2001. Then we have issue 51. This is where they stopped putting the year on them and just starting to go with the number. And March 2001. So they're all over the place. Here's the Jam Pack one, Underground Jam Pack. This is the first one they ever made, I think, just the first one. And then a disc for Twisted Metal 3, which is actually a decently expensive game. I'd say it's like a $10 game complete. But yeah, I didn't actually have that one, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Try to print off some cover art or something. I don't know. And that was all that they had there, except they also had one other thing, and that is a manual to Final Fantasy VII in there. I don't know why. I took it, obviously. It was free. I already have this game with the manual, so I don't know if I'll just keep it with the other one or try to trade it or get rid of it. I don't know. We'll see what we do with that one. I just got it because. So that was finally that garage sale. Holy crap, that was a long one. I guess we'll just keep going in order. Went to Walmart real quick. I'm looking for, they have the 2.5-inch World of Nintendo figures. They have an 8-bit modern Mario color exclusive to theirs, and they're in like the little white boxes at the checkout lanes. It was that and 8-bit just regular Link I was looking for, because that's like the wave that they have out right now at Walmart. And I did find 8-bit Link, no modern Mario, but that's really cool. He's going in the Zelda collection. I actually have the red version. The white version is a Walgreens exclusive, so looking for that too, but I'm happy with this for now. I have a list of the ones I'm looking for on my Facebook page, so go ahead and look there if you really care. And then I stopped by Pawn America. Didn't find any games, but I did find a couple movies. Avatar, it's something that I think like everyone has in their collection, so I decided why the hell not. It was $3.99 for the Blu-ray with the slipcover. That was pretty much a no-brainer at that point. And then I talked about this in an earlier episode, so I'm not going to reiterate it, but I'm going for all the Lord of the Rings and Hobbits movies that are like the special edition. And the only Lauder movie I didn't have was Fellowship in this format, so got it. And that was $5, so like basically $10 for these two is pretty awesome. And then I stopped. That was like anything basically video game related. There's like one other thing, and it's a book. So if you don't want to hear about books because all the rest of this is books, you can click off now. See you later. But I went to a thrift store. It's called Vacosa Thrift Works. I've talked about it before in previous episodes. And I found a whole shit ton of Disney Adventure magazines. Now, what these are basically Reader's Digest, except with Disney stuff. And just, like, stuff that kids liked in the 90s in general. Like, obviously, here's Power Rangers. And I'll go through the list of these real quick. I'll just list them off, and you can see the covers for yourself. But this was April 1994. MMPR, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. There's a video game thing. Mega Man 4 on the back. For the Game Boy. But I actually already have this one, but it has a giant sticker on the front, so this is an upgrade. These were all like 25 cents basically. So these aren't in order, but June 1996. All the rest of these are 96. Free Willy, or no, is that no Flipper? Even worse. May 96. James the Giant Peach. I really like that movie, actually. April 96. I'm assuming this is Jurassic Park. What the hell is this? March 96. Just some random, literally Hollywood's 20 hottest kids. Ooh, baby. February 96. The Mask cartoon. Another Jim Carrey thing. January 96. Ace Ventura. This one's pretty cool because I'll talk about this later in the video, but I recently got back to collecting Goosebumps. So November 96, Goosebumps. October 96, Mighty Ducks cartoon. September 96, Robin Williams and the Genie, Rip and Wrist. August 1996, Hunchback of Notre Dame. July 96, Hunchback of Notre Dame. They really got to push the Disney stuff. And July 96, I think this is Leslie Nielsen, I think his name is. I don't know why he's on a Disney Adventures, but there. I actually have a 4 or 5 Disney Adventures, so that's just going to go in the pile. If I keep finding ones from the 90s, I'll pick them up. Anything later than that, I think it's a no. But final stop of the day was a book sale at actually the community center that I used to go to all the time when I was a kid. I actually went to the library after that. A lot of nostalgic memories. I probably haven't been there in like almost 10 years, so it was like a rush of nostalgia. But anyway, right next to the library, they had a book sale going. It was 50 cents per softcover book, $1 per hardcover, and I found some stuff. Let's just get the video game one out of the way in case you're waiting for that. This thing is fucking thick. It's smaller, but it's thick. And this is the official strategy guide to Disgaea 2. There's an old GameStop sticker. I think this is a little like water damaged in case you can't see that. It's not in the best shape, but look how fucking thick that is for a strategy guide. How many pages is this? Over 600 pages. That's ridiculous. Then we're getting to just book series that I grew up with as a kid. There's 3 different series. The first one here we have is Del Toro Quest. I used to love this series. I don't even remember the names of the characters. I'd have to reread it, but basically it was like a group of adventurers, and they had to find all 7 gems for the belt that they had. Otherwise, shit would go down. And each book was like a different adventure to find the gem. I don't know. It was a really cool series. Like, if you like that kind of stuff. And they made an anime out of this. Out of all things to make, like, not like a TV show or a cartoon, a fucking anime that never even came out in America. So, and these books were American exclusive, I'm pretty sure. Well, obviously they made it to Japan somehow, but I mean, it started out here at least. But yeah, Del Toro Quest. I actually have all these in paperback format, but I had the last books 5 through 8 in hardcover, so I wanted to get that to match this. So I'll probably just donate the other 4 that I have. And then the one book I have for this series that I got, I have a good chunk of these, probably about half of the series. This is an Animorphs book. Animorphs was a book series about a group of kids. Notice that's a common theme with these old 90s book series. Basically, an alien, his name was Axe. His name was like Axe, and I don't know. His nickname in the book series is Axe. That's all I know. Yeah. But yeah, no, here's him anamorphing into a cow. Basically, these teenagers got the power to anamorph into different animals that they touched from the Andalites, which is that alien race. And like the evil ones come down, and then there's Yerks or like slugs that go in your brain. It's pretty messed up, actually. They made a TV series out of this series. They only made like the first fourth of the series though on the TV show. But this is number 28. Again, I'm not sure how many I'm missing. It's probably a good 30 out of like 54 or something. So not quite halfway there with this series, but you know, I pick them up when I see them. And then finally, a series that I've really gotten to collecting lately, because I've recently brought out all the books that I owned as a kid and found out that I have about half the series. So I'm only missing about a third of the series now, and I picked up a good chunk of books from it. That is Goosebumps. Goosebumps, I don't know. If you don't know what Goosebumps is, just go look up some episodes from the TV show. I think you'll get an idea. They may be shitty, but they pretty accurately represent the books that they're from. I guess we'll just go through these. There's number 10, The Ghost Next Door. I don't know if I want to say the plot of these. This is already a 20-minute video and a part 3 of a video, so I'll just say the titles. Number 24, Phantom of the Opera, or Phantom of the Auditorium, I'm sorry. Number 36, the best condition one, and the one I wanted the most from there was The Haunted Mask 2. That episode kind of freaked me out as a kid. Then there's these like spin-off series. There's Tales to Give You Goosebumps. I have the first one. I think there's 6 of them. This is number 3. And then here's number 4. So I'm missing 2, 5, and 6. Then Give Yourself Goosebumps. And I wish I would have looked at this cover because they actually had 2 copies of this specific book. The only one they had Give Yourself Goosebumps of. And this one has some pen markings on his fucking face. But it's Give Yourself Goosebumps number 6, Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter. Yeah, this shit's weird. And then this series is actually pretty hard to find books for, apparently. I don't know why. It's because I guess it wasn't that popular and they didn't make as many. But Goosebumps Series 2000, and this is number 17 from that series, The Werewolf in the Living Room. So that is the haul for today, guys. Sorry if you don't like books and you're this far in. I don't know why you'd be watching. I warned you. But, you know, there was some game stuff in there. Nothing too exciting or anything. Not like Super Nintendo games or N64 stuff. But, hopefully this will be the end of this. I'm trying to get out the anime fucking video first. It's taking a while. Just a lot of shit going on. But thanks for watching, and see you soon, and hopefully I won't make another, like, hour-long fucking pickups video. Oh my god.